So, Jane, our task on CityCast, as we've been told, is to be on the pulse of what the city's talking about. I don't know about your version of Seattle, but my version of Seattle is talking about heated rivalry all the
Mm,
time. Like
yes.
everywhere I went this weekend, it was like, are you watching Heated Rivalry? What's going on with gay hockey? So, I guess to start, for the uninitiated, Heated Rivalry is a show about pro hockey players, but it's more about what happens off the ice. It's really about two separate gay hockey player sort of couplings who are dealing with the drama and fear and also horniness that comes from being a closeted pro sports player.
Mm.
Um, it's on HBO and yeah, it's everywhere right now. Guy, I saw that you were at the Torrent game over the weekend and you posted a story with the caption "The Real Heated Rivalry." What is the crossover for you between Heated Rivalry, the show, and the Torrent, and how are you feeling about both?
Well, I feel like hockey's having a moment, and the Torrent is very gay and very awesome. We love women's sports, and I think a lot of the reason why there's resonance of Heated Rivalry is because a lot of queer male athletes are not actually comfortable being out and having like their lives out. But women's players, are a lot more free. And there's a lot of really beautiful couples, power couples in hockey and other sports. So I'm just like, we have a heated rivalry at home here in Seattle.
I really do love the idea that I'm sure that when you're watching the PWHL and maybe I guess the NHL, who knows, that people are maybe playing their exes and they have a little bit of extra something to be working off of in that game.
Yeah, Jane, we went to a game last week
Hmm.
on behalf of CityCast, and while we were there were some scuffles that broke out on the ice. And I remember having a conversation where we were like, is this like, a rivalry about the sport, or is there something else behind
Personal
this?
could this be? So, okay,
Exactly.
I am the only person here who has not seen Heated Rivalry yet. So is the vibe that the couples in this series, are they on the same team or are they on separate teams?
They are on separate teams.
Okay.
So
Hence the
the
rivalry, I
hence
see.
the rivalry, yes. So the two main people that it follows are Shane Hollander, who is a Canadian hockey player playing for the Montreal Metros, and Ilya Rozanov, who is a Russian hockey player who is playing for the Boston Raiders. And over like the course of their careers, they are sort of built up as the two best players on their teams who are in direct competition with each other to bring home the cup.
How much hockey is there in the series?
Very little.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
There's
Good to
more
know.
hockey stretches before the game than
Okay.
there's
Mhm.
Okay.
There's
actual
some
hockey.
heated locker room moments. There's definitely a lot of like face-offs on the ice where it's just a close-up of them like looking at each other. Um, and yeah, that is sort of the extent of it. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Good to know. Good
A
to
lot of
know.
erotic scenes. I think really one of the resonances, like why is it so popular right now? It's because we're in a bit of like a smut drought, apparently. I
Mm,
think,
fairy
I think,
smut's huge right now. Why
Hmm.
not hockey smut?
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it really
yeah,
plays into the sort of boy love genre that's having a moment, which is sort of like gay romance that's made for women. Um, I think there's actually been a lot of debate online between different communities who are watching the show about whether it's good representation, who it's actually for. But I would argue that the show is definitely very aware of its queer audience and is making it in a way that has a lot of Easter eggs for a queer audience. So, for example, the song All the Things She Said by Tattoo, which came out in 2002, plays in episode 4. And for a lot of people, that was like that music video was a queer awakening.
Hmm.
It's also made by a Russian pop group, and
Hmm.
they got in a lot of trouble for making that
Yes.
song back in the day. So the fact that that is playing in that scene feels like a nod towards a queer audience that
Hmm.
understands that. And it made me think of What's Up being played at Torrent games, which again is like very much, a queer anthem in a way.
I love that it's becoming a tradition. It makes me so happy.
Yeah, yeah. So there's definitely like a sort of nostalgia factor that's happening in both of these places as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't get why people are like fighting. I feel like the girls and the gays are a historic alliance that needs to continue.
I agree.
And this is an example of that.
Mm-hmm. I do, I would love to see the queer women's equivalent of this show be made.
Ooh.
I think it would do really well and would be very fun. But I think the stakes, as you're saying, Guy, might be a little bit lower because there is less pressure on women's sports to sort of perform a particular performance of femininity in the way that masculinity at like the top pro level is really policed. So I would be curious to see sort of what the other conflicts are that they would have to draw on.
Yeah. Also, I do think it's unrealistic how hot the characters are because I feel like male hockey players aren't that good looking usually.
They tend to have fewer teeth than is typical of an adult man. I do remember at the end of one of the NHL seasons, I was following the San Jose Sharks very closely, and there was one player that lost a significant number of teeth that season just from the images that were released of him shortly after the playoffs. And I mean, a lot of them are good looking, but I think it's hard to maintain good looks when you're being hit in the face a lot.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
God for dentures.
True.
Yeah, I think a lot of them wait until after their hockey careers because they're like, why would I pay all this money to just like have these teeth knocked out of my mouth again? Absolutely brutal. But okay. So I've heard the one thing I have heard about Heated Rivalry, besides it being enjoyable and purportedly about hockey, but not really, is that it's quite graphic. Should I watch this on a seat back device on an airplane, or is that like not advised?
I guess it depends on who's sitting next to you. I would say proceed with caution.
Okay.
The first 2 episodes definitely have kind of a softcore vibe going on. As the show progresses, it gets slightly less porny and the writing, I would say, improves.
Okay.
The first 2 episodes, I was sort of like, well, I'll watch this because it's hot and it's kind of cotton candy fluff. But by the 5th episode, the people I was watching the show with were sobbing. So it does have the full gamut of horny to emotionally heartstrings pulling, which is perfect.
Sounds dangerous for me. I don't know that I could watch that on an airplane. I need something that will keep me at like an emotional like 3 to 4. You know, I can't be upset. I can't be like that excited.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe not the best to watch with your parents.
Definitely not.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
but
no, great
friends, to know. Partners.
Mm-hmm. Get your like favorite group of people who have really good commentary and put the subtitles on so you don't have to actually hear what the dialogue is.
Okay, but they're here. Can I just watch it with you all? Like,
yeah, we should do it. Oh my God. I would be honored, Jane.
Heated Rivalry watch party. Amazing.
Yeah, Guy, you were saying you feel like hockey is having a moment. Why do you think that is? And like, why do you think the show is focusing on hockey right now?
Yeah, and like, how did you get into it? Like, you said you just went to your first Torrent game.
Yeah, well, my friend, my old coworker, she's like a big hockey fan, and so I mean, I think just the fact that we have a new team is a big deal, like a new major league team. Actually, like 2 of them over the last couple of years, you know.
Yeah.
Never been to a Kraken game, but I'm sure that's fun too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think we're missing the Sonics, and we want something else to root for, someone else to root for. So, yeah. But we have great teams here. We have the Storm as well. So, yeah, I think in general, women's sports are finally getting a little bit of love, like WNBA as well. So, that's great to see. But there's still a lot more like to fight for. And I think something about Seattle, I think we're very like well-intentioned, well-hearted. So like there's a lot of people that will go. Like there's a lot of men there that I saw yesterday, as well as families and kids. So I'm like, I do think there is a lot of people who want women athletes to see the same love as their male counterparts.
Yeah. I've never felt safer than at a Torrent game, honestly, where I'm like, even if these are not men who would respect me in real life, they got to do it here, you know? Like you're at a pro women's sports game. Like you can't mess this up. But all right. Well, it sounds like I should probably check out Heated Rivalry based on what you all are saying. And then just imagine the women's version next time I go to a Torrent game.
Mm-hmm. I will say the game that you went to over the weekend, Guy, was playing the Boston Fleet, correct?
Yeah, it was
And
yeah.
that is sort of truly heated rivalry moment because our current team captain, Hillary Knight, was formerly with the Boston Fleet, and there's a number of other players on the Torrent who were formerly with them as well. So I can only imagine the drama that was playing out on the ice that we were not privy to.
Yeah, there was a lot of fights and fouls, but yeah, they kind of got the better of us. But we did score a goal in the last 30 seconds, which felt nice, almost like a victory. So.
Yeah. So
You'll
it
have to
wasn't a
see it.
complete shutout. That's good. Yeah, and I believe the Fleet are undefeated, so truly
Wow.
high drama.
We got to take them down next time.
All right, Torrent, you hear that? Take them down.
All right. Well, enjoy the drama on the screen and on the ice. And I'm sure this will not be the last time we discuss either the team or the show.
Yes. Thank you, Sam.
Thanks,
Thank
Guy.
you. Aw.